you say yes to God, there are a couple things that happen. Your days become an adventure. God just takes you on this journey that you never thought you were going to go on. Your life becomes a miracle. Stuff that you never thought that God would do in and through you as this average, ordinary person starts happening. And then there's this part that seems completely unexpected, that you just don't see coming, and it's that God makes your heart peaceful. And you might think, how is that possible? That seems like an oxymoron. How can you have adventure and miracles and peace at the same time? Those things don't just seem to go together. Well, what I've discovered for me, it's this really interesting mix of you're lit up on the inside, you're passionate. It's like, how can passion and peace go together? But they do, because you're passionately lit up from the inside about the things that God is doing in your life. And at the same time, your heart is at peace because suddenly you know why it is you're here. Peace comes from being in the presence of God. In John 16:33, Jesus said, "I've told you all of this so that in trusting me, you will be unshakable and assured, deeply at peace." What you see, I want to just tell you this, what you're going to see out in the world, when you start living this life of dangerous surrender, this life of adventure, this life of miracles, there's going to be stuff you see out there in the world, and it's going to leave you shaken. Some of it is going to be so hard, so painful, so disturbing, so upsetting, so heart-wrenching that it's going to shake your faith. And the only way you're going to make it is if you determine ahead of time that you're going to live in God's presence, that you're going to take that peace that Jesus said is unshakable and will keep you from being destroyed by what you see. Because saying yes to God, it does something. Instead of this life of looking for false thrills, drugs and alcohol and going from one sexual relationship to another, looking for some thrills that fill some kind of a need in your heart, but they're not really lasting. So when you say yes to God, you should go from those kind of thrills to a completely different kind of thrill. It has to do with fulfilling God's purposes for your life. And when you're fulfilling God's purposes for your life, it does lead to peace. Saying yes to God has allowed me, I know why I'm here. And you might think it's really pretty ridiculous that the wife of the guy that wrote The Purpose-Driven Life, that you'd think, okay, she should wake up every morning knowing what her purpose is. But I have to tell you, there are some times that I wake up and go, okay, now what is it today that I'm supposed to do? But when I'm living in surrender, when I'm walking in His presence, when I'm spending time with Him, I am passionately alive. I am living with zeal and with enthusiasm and a commitment. And at the same time, my heart is at peace because I know this is why God placed me here on this earth. This is what He's asked me to do. So there's passion and there's peace. And it comes from saying yes to God.